The question I want to ask is, when the party thought about conducting the straw poll, do you think it was wise it did not inform and let them know that when you come, there's going to be a straw poll? Sorry, I'm taking you back. But
no,
was that the good
are you an example? People who shout out and say that, no, this is not democratic, they are saying that because they don't want that process to proceed, because they realize that if that process proceeded, they will be banned by a decision of the majority, and their case will be worse.
So, you know, you were the one that, some of those people that you say are not loyal or are ambitious were the ones that appear to have asked for this straw poll in the first place. So how is it that he that asked for a pen would now come and say the pen is not working again?
Exactly. I wish you are the one answering the question, and I'm the one interviewing you.
No, but if the pen is not working, shouldn't I say it's not working?
So people who have a straw poll, why did they then
if I'm to write an exam and my pen is not working, will I just keep quiet? Won't I shout? I have to speak up.
Yes, but talking seriously, I think that you know, as this National Assembly resumes tomorrow, Nigeria expect that, you know, things be resolved. I fear, though, that things will not be resolved that quickly. And we can say this. The Senate is not going to have the matter resolved because there has been an escalation in the last few days. And not after the police has released a report saying that the rules with which the election was conducted were forged.
Well, some people said it was inconclusive. When
was that? I read this paper yesterday. I've not read this paper today.
Oh, okay. Some of them that were right here. Some said it was inconclusive, and so we hear all kinds of reports about that. But then, if the Senate resumes tomorrow with this hanging, is it going to put any of their sittings in jeopardy?
Everything is in jeopardy, including their leadership. Look, if indeed you say now that some newspapers are saying that it's inconclusive, but if there is a report that is submitted by the police to the effect that the House, the Senate standing orders were forged, so what would be the basis of saying that you have a leadership in the Senate?
But what about that? The comments
no basis for it.
The comments that we had yesterday about the House of Reps, some groups saying we've accepted this position. We heard Honorable Riase speaking, and some of them also say,
you know, Chamberlain, the other day the crisis in the National Assembly broke, and I were here for about 1.5 hours, and they were fighting and all that. I guess we were here. So whether they've agreed or they've not agreed, let's see what's going to happen tomorrow. My hope is that they won't fight no more. Because it doesn't do any credit, any good to the legislative process in this country.
What would it take to get members of the National Assembly to begin to focus on the national issues? What would it take?
Maybe it would take voting virtually all of them out of the place.
And voting in.
You know why I'm saying that? We're saying that if you have people with the mindset of businessmen who go into politics and think that politics is business, and who are powermongers, as I've explained them, why do you think that those people will not be thinking that national interest is secondary and their own primary interest is what is paramount? So when you want to sermonize to them, they see it as homilies, that you're just telling them what they do not want to hear. So there might be citizen pressure. People may do advocacy, very rigorous, you know, and vigorous advocacy. Newspaper may write editorials. They've been writing, you know, for years, for the past 15 years. So that has not changed them. That's why I place a lot of premium on the electoral process, on demonetizing politics, on ensuring that people can vote for those they can hold accountable, not just blind voting. This party has thrown up this candidate, so I'm going to vote for this party's candidate. I as it often happens, people do not even know the candidates.
I'm just interested, though. Do you think that if we had independent candidates, would this be very intractable? Do you think it would be difficult to solve?
Well, what is going to be the margin of the independent candidate we are going to have in the mix? 20, 30, 40? How can those numbers influence the course of action in the National Assembly, be it the Senate or the House of Representatives? Don't forget the House of Representatives, we have 260 members.
A collection of independent candidates on the floor deciding to vote on one side will make a great difference.
How many are they going to be? 20% of 360? 30%, 40%?
Because now that we're beginning to hear more and more of this thing about party supremacy, no independence of the National Assembly, perhaps we should insist that members, be devoid, or members do not have political
parties. I've told you that people are just throwing these terms. When you say independent of the national, independent of what? There are three arms of government. When you talk about independence of judiciary, you're talking about independence of the judiciary in relation to the executive, the legislature, not being manipulated by those two arms or either of them. So when you're talking about the independence of the legislature, you're talking about the independence vis-a-vis the two other arms. So people just throw up terms, they just throw up words. It is not about independence of members of the party from their own party. On this platform, they are sent to the National Assembly. Now, I tell you, if you do know the job of a chief whip, if there is going to be a vote on the floor. For example, APC has their own manifesto and program. And that aspect, or any aspect of it, has found its way into a bill. And that bill is to be voted on. So the chief whip will ensure that the members of the party vote according to the party line. So what is people talking about independence or whatever, all they are saying is that we have used our party, we are here, we are independent, we are not going to vote the way our party wants. So you can't hold the party accountable. Those people who are even mouthing this stuff do not know the implication of what they are saying.
Well, haven't you heard that? I mean, we've heard the party being a vehicle. When you get there, you get off the vehicle, you're in the house, and you're independent.
Some governors have said so.
Some governors have said so. Yeah. A former Senate president has also said so.
That's why I'm saying that it is not what they say that is important, but what is right and what is commonsensical and what we know. Politicians will say anything. They will commit murder and say that, no, that guy is just sleeping. They will do anything. We are the ones to say that you are wrong. That is not what it is.
That paper I was looking for is actually this day, where they said police investigation into forgery of Senate rules inconclusive, just by that right-hand side. So that's what I've been cracking my head. Which paper did I actually see? So that's it there. But then, one wonders. Yeah, that's the front page.
Yes, story. I said this day.
This day. So we're just wondering now, you see, at the end of the day, when they, quote and unquote, get over this, they resume, do you see them really burying the hatchet and doing the business of the day?
No, it's difficult. Because what has happened is that, look at it, the APC as an opposition party, both in the National Assembly, both in the Senate and the House of Representatives, they have their minority members, minority leaders, Bajabia Miller and Akume. And really, when you talk about the evolution of a political party, how the party develops and all that, there could be other variables and considerations. But when you have new kids on the blocks saying, oh, no, this is how we're going to do it, the party becomes unruly. That's not the party. Really. Maybe because of my ideological, upbringing, the way I've worked in organizations. Once you resolve that this is our position, everybody's supposed to go out there and defend that position, even in an organization. I'm telling you, even at the level of student movement, how do you think that those times that we're saying back to back, we have one NASS president, revolutionary firebrand and all that, the next election comes and all that. You thought that there are no contestations at that level. There are contestations. But it was because of our ironclad principle of maintaining fidelity to our line. Once we agree that this is what we're going to do, that's it. And this zoning that has become an albatross, the NASS was doing that zoning for years. Zone A, Zone B, Zone C,
So
Zone D, all over the country.
They should give NASS some credit. They also did a lot of things for that we're seeing them practicing now.
Yeah, I'm just telling you. So, you know, politicians, they are weak. But Nigerians, you know, running into these last elections, Nigerians were very hopeful. Nigerians were tired of all these shenanigans. They really want something positive. And believe you me, what is going on is not what Nigerians really expect. It's not what I expected, in spite of the fact that I've characterized politicians in very negative terms and all that. I really expected that maybe we just have a new lease of life, a new lease of political life. But the legislature is not giving us that kind of thing. And you
don't think it's early days yet to afford them the benefit of the doubt?
How the evening will be can be foretold by the mornings.
Okay. So that's the political weather forecast. Thank you very much indeed, Jiti Ogunye. We'll be back after this break. Join us again.